What's going on, guys? It's EROCK, Revolver, Underground, and I am sitting here with Chris from Edgar Allan Poets. What's going on, man?
I'm doing good. Hi, everybody from Revolver Underground Radio. Yeah.
Very nice. So you're actually from Italy, correct?
Yes. I was born in South Africa, but then I spent there only 3 months of my life. For that reason, my English is not perfect right now. But and then I moved to Italy, where I met my partner, Lopnor, because Edgar Allan Poets is a duo more than a band, and
Hmm.
we play together. But now we take a big chance here in US, and we want to break through here.
Yeah.
We are trying, to make our music known in the land of rock and roll.
Yeah. So you live are you living in California now then?
Yes, yes. Now I'm a US permanent resident, and I'm proud of it because in Italy you can learn how to eat, but in America you can learn how to rock. So, I like to rock, and I love this place. I love the vibration over here, and it's going. Our career is growing, so we are pretty happy about that.
Very cool, man. That's awesome. Good to know. Good to hear too. So so would you say it's a safe bet to say that Edgar Allan Poe was a huge influence in your band name?
Yes, of course, because we like all the noir style, like Edgar Allan Poe tales, of course, but also Hitchcock movies, and we like, a dark sound with low tunes and deep voice and deep vocals also, and lyrics, sorry, deep lyrics also, and
Yeah.
so. We like the style of Edgar Allan Poe, which is, kind of terrific, but also romantic, and we like the stuff.
Very
Yeah.
nice, very nice. Well, what are some of your other creative influences that you like to look at?
But we are kind of different in the band because I'm more oriented. Also, I listen also to country, to rock, like Queen of Stone Age, Alice in Chains, Nirvana. But Lop, the other guy, is more focused on metal. So also the heavy stuff like Burzum, Emperor, and Suicidal Tendencies.
Wow.
Yeah, so is Gorgoroth, all the Norwegian stuff. Is
Wow.
crazy. Yeah, so he likes that, but we mix our styles, and usually he works on the arrangements, so on the classic strings, and usually I make the bass line of the chords, and we do the song.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's pretty cool. I like that. Rock and
yeah.
roll.
It's strange. It's
Yeah, it's a
strange.
it's a pretty good variety though. It seems to be working out for you. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of strange, but it's cool. Yes.
Well, let's talk about your project for indie artists and helping them. D Handy Art. Tell us a
Yes.
little bit about that.
Well, D&D Art is a project just born that wants to create synergy between arts and humanitarian campaigns. That's the main goal.
Okay.
And the name is a mix between handy and dandy. So handy art for a dandy world. This is basically the slogan. And we would like to create a community of indie artists and create concert and compilation, because I think that if we join together, we can have a bigger voice, and we can create bigger events, and so also the media can focus on us, because right now everybody is selfish and is working only for his own. But today, for me, if we want to do something big, we can do it, because the best music for me now is the indie music.
Yeah.
We have to work together for the same goal. And so all the lights will be on us, and maybe we can help also other people, and we can help our careers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how can an indie artist get involved? What are they? What's the process for that?
Well, there is a website, www.dndheart.com, and you can submit your music over there, and we can start to keep in touch there. And of course, everybody can cooperate. More people I have around me is better because to organize everything is difficult. But little by little, I would like to create this community, and then, of course, we can share instruments, stages, and everything, and everybody has his own part on the project. And then, when we will organize a concert, a part of the ticket income will go to sustain an humanitarian project. That's the basic idea. And right now we are cooperating with GoCampaign.com, which give us the projects to sustain.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the basic idea. As I told you, we are at the beginning of the project, so everybody is welcome to help out.
So if you're not a musician and you don't have any music to share, how would you suggest that they help?
They can also artists like photographer or painters are welcome because maybe we can make T-shirts or selling. We can sell other stuff. Also book everything. You put your art at the service. Of course, your goal is to promote yourself, but while you're promoting yourself, you can help also other people. That's the basic idea of all the stuff. So your art here is welcome. Of course, we are trying to grow little by little this project.
Sure. I like it. I mean, I was kind of reading up on that a little bit before, and I really dig what you're doing, and I'm really excited to kind of dig into that a little bit more and find out more information about that. So, what's the website again?
www.thehandyart.com.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, let's talk a little bit about the music industry today. As I'm sure that you're aware, it's kind of crap. It's just kind of gone downhill a little bit there. What's your take on this?
Well, now the big artist seems to focus their attention on the image instead of focusing on the music. I had the chance to watch the MTV Music Awards, and for me, well, the music was not so cool over there. Because, there is nothing wrong with that to point all your career on the image, but for my personal taste, it was better to see Nirvana, Pearl Jam going up there and playing great music. There was more blood, on the stage. Now there is only high heels and cocaine and what. Well, of course,
Yeah.
I prefer beer than all the stuff.
So you're saying indie people should take back the stage?
Yeah, well, this is a dream, but now, of course, if you want to find great music, you go on YouTube, you follow Revolver Underground Radio, you follow all the stuff, and you can find great, incredible artists without maybe nobody following them, only because they are not on the mainstream, but the music is great. So I'm not sure anymore that to win an awards is so helpful and is so cool like before.
Yeah. It seems like it was more prestigious before, as to where now it's kind of like, well, we're just going to hand them out.
Yes, it's true. And then, now the only rock act we have at the music awards are Foo Fighters or maybe Green Day. That's it. That's in the 90s, there was, I don't know, System of a Down, Alice in Chains, I don't know, Race Against the Machine.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Yeah. So, that being said, do you think that it is... do you think it's harder now to do music than it was, say, 5 or 7 years ago?
No, but for me, yeah, the cool thing of this age, of this period, is that we can have, if we can use the internet marketing weapons, we can have a great visibility, and so we can we don't have to pass to the major label, but we can do everything but by ourselves. So we can reach the people working out, and so I think this is a good opportunity for indie artists, because before, if you wanted to reach the masses, you had to invest a lot of money in advertising, and on TV, on radio, is a lot of money. Now on internet, you can spend a few bucks and you can have great visibility. So, well, for me, this is kind of cool now. You
Yeah.
have great opportunities. Of course, there is a lot of competition because there is a lot of great music out there.
So that's yeah. So it's a little bit easier for artists to do things, but like you said, there is quite a bit more competition. So that's kind of one of the pros and cons of this situation that we're in right now.
Yeah, it's true. And of course, sometimes I'm scared because I think to do great, to play good music, but then when I listen to the radio, I repeat indie radios and stuff like that. Wow, you cannot choose. It's crazy how great. Then the production of the songs are professional, everything perfect. So, you know today is really difficult. You have to pop out maybe with an idea, with a style. You cannot focus only on the music. You have to do something more. Maybe a crazy act. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So you can't just be a musician anymore. You have to be more of an entertainer.
Yes, and for me, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but you have to know really a little bit of, the internet stuff, and how to promote yourself, because you have to do all alone, basically. So if you can edit in a video, if you can use Photoshop, if you can start a Facebook campaign, for me, this is all part of the game.
Yeah.
Well, it's the part that I like of the game, but I think you have to do it if you want to pop out.
Well, and I think too that in doing that, not only are you going to save money, but you're also going to your fans are going to respect you more because they're seeing that you're out there. You're out there walking the line. You're out there making sure that your name is spread, and you're not just one of these superstars that just pays tons of people to do whatever, and they're just dancing to the beat. So you pretty much run your own show, and I think that's respectable. I think that's really cool, and that's one of the things that indie artists have over everybody else is that they still currently have the option to do whatever they want, pretty much however they want. These days you can hire anybody that you want. You don't have to sign to a label and just go by what they want. You do what you want. You can hire a la carte, and it's good. It's great. So I think that's one thing that's good on indie musicians.
And then, if you look some good stories like the OK Go, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you know the band with the I don't know, the running machine. I don't
Yep.
know how do you call it. Was a great idea, and they came out with a cool idea.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of artists like the other guys that play in five people play one guitar.
Oh
I don't know
yes. Yeah.
the the songs of Gotti, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and that's was yeah, very creative, and it was cool. People playing, and so also smart, and now they have the spot, or
So you have to do quite a bit more work now as an indie artist these days, just simply to stay on top because, because of the timing, the changing of the times, the amount of technology we have, and just the amount of people out there doing the same thing that you're doing. You got to find that niche and just milk it pretty much.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Well, my goal, of course, like every artist, is to sit there, listen to my CD with my bottle of Jack. you know. But now it's not the case. You have to work harder to be focused on what you want, only because out there is a lot of people pushing a lot to come out, and they are doing great things. So you need to be at the level if you want to pop out.
Absolutely. Let's move over to your writing style. What does a perfect writing environment look for you? What does that look like for you?
Well, usually I like to write the song, in my room or in a city room. Well, it depends. Also, maybe sometimes I start to sing a melody in the car, and I stop and I write down some lyrics. It's just like that.
So it just comes to you. It's just something. There's no really good environment. It's just whatever comes to your mind. That's where you're gonna do it.
Yes, usually yes. Usually when I compose a song, before I do the basic line of the chords with the guitar, and then I create a story for the lyrics. But sometimes I'm inspired by something, so I decide to create a song about something.
Sure. So you gonna doing any touring coming up at all?
Now, well, we have played some acoustic live show around LA, small venues so far, like Talking Stick, Guitar Merchant. But in 2013, we want to play bigger venues, and because in 2013 we will gonna release our full length album.
Ah,
And yes, and in 1 month we are gonna release our single, Kruger, and it's going to be a digital distribution with a special cover from Enrique Cedillo, which is a great Mexican artist who has been inspired from this song, and he decided to go for free the cover. And yes, we want to play in 2013 big venues. We want a spot in House of Blues and
ooh,
also Whiskey Go Go, but now we are working,
yeah. Yeah,
so.
you gotta work before you can play.
Yes, yes, but I think we are in the good way, so the right way. So we 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 will do something good, I think, in
Yeah,
2015. Yeah.
absolutely. Very nice.
Yeah.
What's some advice that you would give to artists that are just starting out or that are new in the game?
Well, for me, I have to suggest if you want to record an album, you better do a great pre-production before at home and use GarageBand and all the stuff like that only for the pre-production. Then, when you have your clear idea and the clear song composition in your mind, you can go in a bigger studio. But you have to go in a bigger studio because today everybody wants to hear a perfect sound, and so you cannot do it at home. For me. And so you can use all the stuff we have for a pre-production, but then you have to go in the studios. And this is the first advice. And then the second one is, be focused and don't think your music is the best music in the world because everybody thinks that. You have to, I don't know how do you say in English, but you have to make your hand dirty and
Yes.
you go up there and like humble and always working for the project like that, but in a professional way. You cannot stay, as I told you before, beer, girls, and everything. Of course, of course, you can do it, but you don't have to focus on that stuff because today to be a rock star is something different before for me.
Yeah, I agree,
Yeah.
and you'll see that too. A lot of these, a lot of these older rock stars that have gone through the game already. 20 years ago, 10 years ago, even, or even 5 years ago. You see them on these reality shows that are like in the rehab shows. They've gone through all these drugs and all this alcohol and all this stuff, and now they're realizing that that was dumb. That was really, really dumb. I just interviewed an artist that was in that situation, and he said, you can still party, but do it in moderation. Do it. Don't just go all out. Just focus on what you're doing. You can have a good time, but just be careful on what
Of
you're doing.
course. But then when you reach like the level of, I don't know, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, or something like that, okay, maybe you can do almost what you want. It depends on you, on your health and everything. But before to reach that level, you have really to work hard. So
Yeah.
you don't have time to be stupid.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
agree with that. I agree with that 100%. You gotta, like I said before, you gotta work before you can play. You gotta make sure that you're on your game, because this is no time to falter. There's no time to just what we're gonna call dilly dally or mess around. You have to be focused, because there's your competition is every single other band on the planet out there right now.
Every single other band in the planet.
So I
Uh,
mean, if you're, when you get to that rock star status, Nirvana, those people, you don't have to worry as much. You're still in competition, but there's a very much smaller group of people that you're in competition with, as
yeah,
opposed to our situation right now where we have
yeah.
everybody else. So, do you think that, you were saying about having to record, don't use GarageBand as your main recording device. Use it as a demo. Use it as your pre-production.
Yeah.
Do you think there will ever be a time when you they used to record bands all just open, just everybody was playing all at once. You were
Uh-huh.
doing that. Do you think that'll ever come back to play, or is it all going to be like
Oh,
it is
no,
now?
yes, for me, you can do it also now, but the problem is when you start in, when an artist start, you don't have a lot of money, and if you want a good sound, you need the good stuff, and the good stuff is very expensive. For that reason, if you want to do a pre-production on GarageBand on GarageBand with your mic, is okay, but then. If you have the money, of course, I will be the first to do everything at home. But I have to buy a $2,000 microphone. Then I have to buy, $50,000 of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then is heavy like this. And so for me, yes, if you can handle these expenses, of course, do it at home, so you have more time to think about the evolution of the song. But if you cannot afford these expensive expenses, you have to, for me, put your money for a studio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
That's really good advice. I think that in the beginning, yeah, you can do demos, you can do all that stuff on GarageBand or whatever it is that you have. But yeah, I agree. I think you should, if you're serious about this, and that's what I look for when I look for artists on my show. If they're serious, I can tell it in their music. I can hear it in their production when I'm listening to their music to add to my show. And that's big. I
uh-huh.
mean, even on just regular radio too. It's one of those things where if you're at the point where you can start handing your music to radio DJs and radio stations, they're gonna laugh at you if you have a GarageBand edited version demo thing. You know,
But we learn this stuff on our skin because we went in the studios before, and we were the pre-production was not so good. Our pre-production, so we went there. Yes, maybe we can do that. Maybe that, and then when we went in studio. There was, the sound engineer. There was another guy, but you can do like that, okay? Yes, you're right. At the end, our song was another song,
yeah,
you know
yeah,
and at the beginning of high school after 1 month you don't recognize even your song,
mm-hmm,
so for us was great. And so we decided to focus more for the pre-production 6 months, so we can change our mind, we can change the track, we can add this. And so when we go in studio, we spend less time in studio because in 10 days you can record an album, also in 5 days if you have a good pre-production. And then the material that comes out is yours.
and good, and because you're spending so much time on pre-production, it's actually saving you money because, like you said, you're in the
Yeah,
studio less, so you don't have
yeah,
to spend as much money in there. So that's a really good thing to spend. Don't spend 2 weeks on your pre-production. Take the time because, like you said,
yeah.
you may
Okay.
change it. It may come up in 2 days, and you're like, I don't like that. Let's scrap it and start over. So that,
Yeah, it's true. It's true. When you know what to do is the best. You go there. Of course, when you are in studio, maybe you want to add something, but so you have more time for the colors. What we call the colors, some different harmonies, and so this is cool. But the basic of the song must be really clear in your mind. So the drummer must to know perfectly his part. I have to know perfect the voice and the guitar, And so you go there, and then if you have an idea over there, okay, we can develop also that one. But you know,
Yeah, for sure. Well, where can we find your music online?
well, pretty much everywhere we have our website, so it's www.edgarallanpoets.com. Then we have Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and so we are there. Just Google Edgar Allan Poets.
All right, there it is. Google Edgar Allan Poets, and you'll find the music right there, and everything will be glorious.
Yes.
Oh man, Chris, I appreciate you hanging out with me today and giving some of these listeners and some of these guys just some insight on what your world is and what the industry is. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much for having me here, and thank you, Revolver Underground Radio. It's a great radio. I like it really much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, guys, I'm EROCK. Thanks so much for listening. Peace.
Bye. Bye, everybody.